Now at 10, we'll hear from local experts about tips to keep children with autism safe. Plus, the Kansas Water Office hosts a meeting to discuss water issues in southeast Kansas and some tips from a local gym owner about living healthy on a budget.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities in Cyril, Oklahoma have arrested the caretaker of Athena Brownfield, a 4-year-old girl with autism who's been missing since Monday. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Dow Quick. Alyssa Adams was arrested on 2 complaints of child neglect. Now, police were notified Tuesday afternoon that Athena was missing after a postal carrier found her 5-year-old sister. The next day, several law enforcement response teams and volunteers completed a grid search of the entire town, empty homes and local waterways. They even used search dogs and drones that apparently provided no new information. Her whereabouts are still unknown. Most parents worry about their children around strangers and the risk of walking alone. However, children with autism might face some unique risks. KOAM Shagun Bamadeli has more.
Children with autism may face a unique risk because of their tendency to fixate on certain items or display sensory-seeking behaviors, which can leave them unaware of possible dangers around them.
Hardest things as a professional and a parent is how to teach your children to be safe and not always speak with strangers. I think that's always the first rule of thumb, is that you have to teach your children to be leery and also to be aware that it's okay to talk to people, but don't just go up and talk to strangers.
Saying hello might be good, but KOAM warns that parents must teach children to look for trusted adults at all times.
But what we can teach our children is it's okay to say hello, but then to also stop and turn around and look for parents. Definitely teach our children, do not get in a vehicle, do not go walking with that individual no matter what they say.
Some children might be nonverbal, but experts say that doesn't mean the child does not understand what is being communicated.
Just because they can't speak back to you and confirm that they get it, that doesn't mean that they understand it or don't understand it. So there are also a lot of videos and I think coloring books and lots of other different material that are not just teaching safety, but they're also fun.
KOAM gives tips on how to monitor children's whereabouts.
So in this day and age, there are so many websites that you can go to, and there are sensors for your doors, there's sensors for your gate, there's so much. There's the Ring doorbells. There are so many different devices that can trigger and go straight to your phone app and let you know, hey, your child has left the yard.
Reporting in Pittsburgh, Shagun Bamadeli, KOAM News.
For more information on Mosaic and the services they offer, you can check out the link on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy joins us now with our first look at the weather.
Well, we actually got a little bit of snow out there during the morning hours. It only lasted about an hour, but we did pick up anywhere from a dusting to an inch across the region, and then it was gone 2 hours later and it melted. But 3/4 of an inch in Joplin, 3.5 is where we sit for the season. Average is 13. I'm forecasting 15 to 18, so we got a gap that we got to fill, which I do think we're going to hit that gap over the next month or so. But look at our temps. It's cold, upper 20s to near 30 degrees once you get in our southern counties. Plus, it's been windy. At least the winds are slowly calming down, but still northerly winds at about 10 to 15. So what does that mean? It makes it feel colder than what it actually is. We have wind chill factors upper teens to near 20 degrees. Throughout the overnight hours tonight, we drop back through the 20s. Overnight low right around 23 degrees. We do have some more storm systems. We're going to check that out here in just a bit.
We'll see you then. Water challenges in southeast Kansas were the topics of discussion in Parsons today. KOAM's Carrie Worthen learned more about some of the problems and how water experts hope to address them.
A motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye.
The Neosho and Verdigris Regional Advisory Committees had a joint meeting at the Parsons, Kansas Library. This meeting is the first meeting of the new year and discussed issues affecting the region and state. There are 14 region officers.
The regional advisory committees are our grassroots stakeholders that get together, talk about issues, water issues happening in their regions, and then they have the opportunity to offer recommendations.
Some issues, such as harmful algae blooms, sedimentation, and aquatic nuisance species, such as zebra mussels, are just a few topics that were discussed. Wes Fleming is the RAC chair and said issues caused by blue-green algae in the watershed can run through to our area.
Issues, they trickle down, so if there's a blue-green algae issue going on up in Marion, then that's a result of too many nutrients. Well, that water moves on down to Redmond and then on down here. So
all recommended issues will be taken to the next Kansas Water Authority meeting, and funding for the projects will also be discussed.
We'll get back together probably in April or maybe even earlier than that to have our discussion on what line items within the state water plan funding that we want to try to suggest that they have an increased funding level.
In Parsons, Carrie Worthen, KOAM News.
The committee will meet with legislators in Topeka, Kansas later this month. A Fayetteville, Arkansas couple today made a precious donation to Freeman Health System. Michelle and Dusty Hurst donated a cuddle cot. It's a small portable chamber that stays cool to allow families dealing with the loss of a newborn child to spend time with their baby at home. The Hursts made the donation after losing 2 newborns themselves.
For a family that's going through loss, don't let anyone tell you that how you're grieving is right or wrong. There is no right or wrong, and do what you need to do to help yourself. That's what I would say as encouragement to families.
Freeman Health System now has 2 cuddle cots for parents to use. Living a healthy lifestyle doesn't have to break the bank. One way to save money while eating healthy is by buying food in bulk and meal prepping. A Joplin gym owner says meal prepping can get a little repetitive at times, but you'll see results in your health and wallet.
That's the biggest tip, just planning ahead, buying in bulk, buying whole foods, staying away from like seed oils and dyes and extra chemicals that they put in just to make things look pretty.
Also, the experts say keep in mind that building a healthy lifestyle often starts slowly, but with consistency, you will reach your goal. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly did not have COVID. According to a release from her office, Kelly originally tested positive for COVID on Tuesday after experiencing cold-like symptoms. But this afternoon, they said follow-up tests have all come back negative. The governor's doctor and experts at the State Department of Health and Environment determined that the original test was a false positive. Her office says the governor will return to working in person tomorrow. Coming up, the Department of Justice launches an investigation into the classified document scandal surrounding President Biden. Plus, why you could soon need to bring your own reusable bags to Walmart. The Department of Justice today announced it's launching a special counsel investigation into classified material found at an old office of President Biden. First batch of classified documents was found at the former vice president's private office on November 2nd and turned over to the National Archives, which notified the DOJ 2 days later. More documents were found in the president's Wilmington, Delaware garage in December, and President Biden's lawyers confirmed today that they found another document at his home. CBS News has learned some of the people who worked for Mr. Biden during his time as vice president have already been questioned by the DOJ. Lisa Marie Presley, the daughter of Elvis Presley, died today after being hospitalized earlier in the day in the Los Angeles area. In a statement, her mother, Priscilla Presley, said she was devastated by the death of her daughter, calling her, quote, the most passionate, strong, and loving woman I have ever known. Lisa Marie Presley was 54 years old. The holiday season is behind us, and a decidedly less celebrated season is right around the corner. That would be the tax season. The IRS has officially set January 23rd as the start of the 2023 tax season, the day the agency will begin accepting and processing 2022 returns. Now, normally the filing deadline is April 15th, but this year that's a Saturday, and the following Monday is Emancipation Day, which is a holiday. So this year, the filing deadline is Tuesday, April 18th. Walmart is eliminating single-use plastic shopping bags this month in New York, Connecticut, and Colorado stores. It's an effort to help the environment. Plus, the retail giant is trying to get ahead of legislation in states cracking down on the use of plastics. 10 states have now passed laws to ban or restrict plastic bags. A little bit later, a local music teacher is surprised with a state award.
Plus, a cold night for us tonight. When are we going to warm up? We're going to look at that coming up. Well, of course, it turned out to be a much colder day for us today. Temperatures struggling to warm up. We had the light snow during the morning hours, and it melted off very quickly, but a little round of snow, a little slushy out there in spots. Nice shot. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course. Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Look at this. Look at our 24-hour temperature change. It's about 25 degrees colder right now compared to what it was this time last night. It is cold in Nevada, 27, 28, Monette, Grand Lake sitting at 34, Pittsburgh, 28, Independence also at about 28 degrees. We got these northerly winds. These are going to slowly die down, but they're going to take their time. We're still getting winds gusting at times about 20 miles per hour. So it makes it feel colder than what it actually is. 7th and range line outside 28, northerly winds 10 to 15, humidity is at 78%. Through the overnight hours, we kind of hang out into the 20s. Eventually, we dip back to about 23 later on tonight. But you can see the band of snow that we had earlier in the day just kind of dropped right on through. Didn't last long, but it really came down at a pretty good clip. Had a little bit of thunder snow out there, which I always like to see or hear. And you can see the back edge of the clouds now very close to the Kansas and Missouri state line. Will continue to slowly clear out as we go through the overnight hours tonight. This system heading out of here away from us, we're pretty quiet as we go through the next couple days. All right, let's go through tonight. Clouds breaking up. We drop back lower 20s for overnight low, so it is going to be cold. Partly sunny skies for us tomorrow by noon. We only get into the mid 30s during the afternoon. Upper 30s, 37 in Fort Scott, 39 in Welch. Neosho, about 37 degrees. Tomorrow night, another cold one. We drop back again into lower 20s for overnight lows. And then as we go into Saturday, starts to turn around. It gets a little bit better. Partly sunny, but look at our highs, right around 50 degrees as we go into Saturday afternoon. All right, the wind gusts still kind of in that 15 to 20 mile per hour range tonight, but look how the winds die down as we go through the daytime hours tomorrow. So that's good news. But still, we're going to have wind chill factors throughout the overnight hours, 10 to 12-ish. So make sure you bundle up if you're going to be out late tonight or through the morning hours. We warm 37 by 5, high temp right around 38 degrees. All right, let's go down the road. When's our next storm system? We have one Sunday night into Monday. It kind of develops on us, so we'll get some showers, but the bulk of the rain is going to be east of us. So this is into Monday morning. Tuesday looks good, and then Wednesday, here comes our next storm system. Showers, maybe thunderstorms, maybe a little bit of snow on the backside, so we'll have to keep our eyes on that as we go through the next week or so. 38 tomorrow, 50 Saturday, 57 on Sunday, back to 62 on Monday with those morning showers. Tuesday, windy. Could be thunderstorms on Wednesday with a high of 60. Another storm system which could give us some wintry weather by next weekend, but at least the next 7 or 8 days. Overall, pretty good.
Yeah, but we got just enough taste of spring that we got spoiled a little bit.
I know
it feels really cold right now.
I know it.
Thanks, Doug. Southeast Kansas music teacher is being recognized with a state award. Alan Paxson has been part of the Chetopa School District for 45 years, teaching music and directing the school's band and choir. And today, he was surprised with an award from the Kansas Music Educators Association, Outstanding Music Educator of the Year.
The thing that I would like for them to do is to have an appreciation of music and something that could be a lifelong endeavor for them, even if they don't participate in it, just that they have an appreciation for it.
Mr. Paxson also won this award in 2010. Still ahead, Frontenac and Pittsburgh Wrestling meet tonight in the Crosstown Throwdown. And the Pitt State women hit the floor against MIAA rival Emporia State. Jacob Leonard has those highlights and a lot more up next.
Well, both the Pittsburgh State Gorillas and Missouri Southern Lions are in action tonight in MIAA conference play. Missouri Southern is at home this evening hosting the Washburn Ichabods. On the women's side, it's an important game for the Lions, trying to snap a 3-game skid and get back over 500 in conference play. Starting things off in the first quarter, Lions right into it. Caitlin Honeycutt drains the 3. Elaine Skiles now open in the corner, knocks it down for 2. And not much scoring here in the first, but look at the passing here. Stokes to Skiles, to Grant, to Maddie Stokes. She hits the layup. Maddie Stokes, 10 points, 15 boards tonight. Into the second quarter, Lacey Stokes drives and finishes with the left. More from her in just a moment. Now we're tied at 22 at the break, but that's where things open up for the Lions. Lacey Stokes and the foul. Southern takes off from there. Check this out. Stokes at the buzzer to end the third. She scores 18 points on the night to go along with 5 steals. Lions take over the second half, winning 61-45. Here's their head coach, Ronnie Ressel, on the turnaround in the second half.
When we started the third quarter, those first 4.5 minutes, I thought we were really good offensively. We got some really good looks. Got to lead out to either 8 or 10 points there in the first 5 minutes, and which I thought was huge. And then again, we continued to guard and take things away from them and didn't give them any easy looks at the basket, very few of them. Which again, when you're doing those type of things in this league, you got a chance to put yourself in a good position to win ball games. And our kids did a great job of doing that on both ends of the floor.
Missouri Southern men put their 6-game winning streak on the line tonight against Washburn. Starting off with Winston Dessau. Sinks it for 3 from the right side. More on him later. Avery Taggart. Nice drive here. Finishes with 13 on the night. Now back to Dessau. Nice pass off the rebound. Check out the reverse here. Dessau scores 12 tonight, going 55% from the field. Southern stays hot. Vincent Sigmund, left corner, drains the 3. Same spot this time, but it's Dessau open, hits another corner 3. Back to Avery Taggart. He hits the jumper here. Another long ball for the Lions. Southern dominates in this one. Keep their winning streak alive, winning 70-50. The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are also at home for a conference doubleheader tonight, hosting Emporia State. Now, the PSU women are 6-3 to begin MIAA play and have won 6 of their last 8 games. On the other side, Emporia State kind of struggling right now, losing 4 straight coming into the night. First quarter, Corinna Gerber working inside. Scores and the foul. 13 points, 5 rebounds tonight for Gerber. Erin Davis open for 3 here. She hits 3 threes tonight. Gorillas really rolled from the second quarter on. Tristan Gegg, floater in the lane. 13 points for Gegg tonight. Also hit 3 threes. Harper Schreiner, 8 assists this evening. Finds Grace Pyle with this one. Team high 17 points. Also 11 boards for Pyle. Gorillas up big in the fourth. Nice ball movement. Emma Martin to Harper Schreiner. Hands it off to Savannah Campbell. Pitt State rolls by Emporia State tonight, 82-61. They're now 7-3 in the MIAA.
Definitely we didn't come out and start as well as we wanted to, but I think, after we got that first quarter out of the way, I think we all started to settle in and move the ball really well, found some open shots, knocked them down, and, just overall performance was great tonight from everybody from top to bottom.
It means a lot to the people in the Pittsburgh community, against these tougher rival schools, and so for us to get a pretty good win against them feels really good.
To the men now, Gorillas trying to snap a 5-game losing streak to MIAA opponents. They are down early. Albert McBride trying to give them a spark. Layup in transition from McBride. Then on the other side, he's open for 3. Knocks it down. McBride scores 8. On the break, Marquis English. Mr. Pittsburgh gets the easy lay-in off the assist from Quentin Hardrick. English gets 9 points, 5 boards, but Pitt State turns it over 22 times tonight. Hornets beat the Gorillas 79-63. High school wrestling tonight in Southeast Kansas. Got a rivalry matchup here with Frontenac hosting Pittsburgh in the Crosstown Throwdown. In the girls' duel, it is Pittsburgh winning 42-24. Then we go to the boys. Pittsburgh trying to sweep the night from Frontenac, and that's what they did. Purple Dragons take down the Raiders 49-25. Galena High School head football coach Bo Sarwinski is stepping away from coaching after 16 years leading the program. Sarwinski is moving on from coaching to become a principal for the high school. Sarwinski led one of the most consistent programs in the state in the last 16 years. The Bulldogs were 127-44 under Coach Sarwinski, and they won 18 playoff games. He says it will be different not being on the sideline, but he's excited for the opportunity to continue to work with the kids in Galena.
My kids have been through this school system, and you know, as they've grown up, the people care about them, and you know, the staff, the community, you know, admin, the Board of Education, you know, they're all on the same page. You know, we care about kids here, and we've always, our philosophy's been, let's do what's best for kids. And when you have that mentality, I think it's contagious and exciting. And so, you know, that's something that I've just want to kind of continue on is you know, do what's best for kids and you know, just do my small part and help each other and serve others.
Galena High School football obviously going to continue to be good, but he was a big part of their success. I've done a lot of mic'd up segments in my career here. Hearing him in my ear during practice and stuff is one of the most entertaining things.
I remember a lot of them. Right, entertaining, and we wish him well. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. Glenn Routledge served in U.S. Navy from 1952 to 1955. The Joplin native was stationed on the USS Neches AO-47 fuel ship in the Mediterranean Sea in the 6th Fleet. And we're proud to salute 2nd Class Petty Officer Glenn Routledge, a 4-state hero. It's feeling kind of chilly out there, Douglas.
It is chilly outside. In fact, lower 20s for overnight lows for us tonight. We get the sun back tomorrow, but the temperature, not much. 38 for a high. But look at this, 50s return by the weekend. Rain chances Sunday night into Monday.
Final sports now.
So we know if we get Chiefs-Bills in the AFC Championship game that it's going to be a neutral site. The NFL announced today that neutral site will be Atlanta. So, you know, that would be fun to watch those two teams play in a dome, turf.
If we can get 5 straight championship games, I'll be happy.
They've got to get to that AFC Championship game first.
Yes.
But I like the Chiefs' chances. Morning show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.